UFC Fight Night, the Ritter versus Allen, is coming on this Saturday, and I'm going to be doing a breakdown of all the fights on the main card, starting with Matt Frevola versus Kyle Nelson. The monster, Kyle Nelson versus Steamroller, Matt Frevola. Matt Frevola is coming off of two KO losses in 2 years, and Kyle Nelson is coming off of a loss to Steve Garcia, but we know how good Steve Garcia is, and I'm a big fan of Steamroller, but I can't trust his chin anymore. Kyle Nelson he's not a KO artist per se, but he's got some on his record. I think it's gonna be a pretty good fight, but I don't know if I'm going to go late decision for Kyle Nelson or finish in the third TKO. But I'm going with Kyle Nelson here. I think Matt Frevola is, he's taken a long time off, over a year now. But I just can't trust his chin. And before the loss to Steve Garcia, who, yet again, we know is very good, Kyle Nelson was on a 3-fight win streak. I believe had two by finish or one by finish. But I think the fight before Steve Garcia was a finish. And I think a guy like Steve Garcia, he probably got a lot of experience from. So I'm going with Kyle Nelson in that fight, third round or late or a decision. Next fight on the list was, who was it? These names are crazy. Manon Fiorot versus Jasmine Jasudavicius. This was the hardest on my card, at least, because I'm sorry. Cody Gibson versus the Mongolian Murderer. Cody Gibson versus the Mongolian Murderer. And that's a pretty tough fight to judge. Cody Gibson's been in the UFC for a long time. He's a lot older than the Mongolian Murderer. I want Cody Gibson to win, but between the two of them, they have one KO loss, or TKO loss, and that's on the Mongolian Murderer side. He's got one TK loss. And Cody Gibson, he's experienced. He's been there forever. But he's coming off a loss to Damon Blackshear. And, before then he had some good wins against guys like Brian Kelleher. And I think with the age, he's 38 years old, I believe. I don't see him winning this fight. The Mongolian Murderer, he's I don't know why this fight is even above Matt Frevola versus Kyle Nelson. I think they're both kind of booty cheeks, to be honest. No offense to them, but I don't see why they're on the main card of this fight night. But I'm going with Kyle Nelson. I'm all over the place. I'm going with the Mongolian Murderer by decision here. I don't see any of them getting finished based off their history. But I think Kyle Nelson, why do I keep saying that? Cody Gibson, I think he's done. I think his time is past. And Mongolian Murderer is about 31, 32, I believe. So there's a big age gap there. So I'm going with the Mongolian Murderer in this one. Manon Fiorot versus Jasmine Jasudavicius. I'm going with Manon Fiorot. She's coming off a loss to a champion in Valentina Shevchenko in a title fight. Jasmine, she's coming off a win against Jessica Andrade, but Manon's past, she beat Rose Namajunas, she beat Tabitha Ricci, she beat Mayra Buena Silva, who did she beat in her last fight? She beat somebody very good. She beat not the last fight, the fight before that. She beat Erin Blanchfield, who everybody everybody thought was going to be a champion one day, and she still could. She's still young, but I think this is going to go to Manon Fiorot. I don't see a finish. I think it's going to go to a decision, and I'm going to have that for Manon Gamrot. Manon Gamrot. I'm taking in that fight. Next fight on the list is Marlon Vera versus Amin Zahabi. I really wanted to go with my guy Chito Vera, but I think his time, just like Cody Gibson, is past him. I think Amin Zahabi's on another level right now, and I think I'm going to go Amin Zahabi by decision. I don't see Chito Vera getting finished. He's never getting finished. I think he only got dropped one time in his entire career. And I'm hoping Chito Vera can catch him like he did against Dominic Cruz. But I think his time is past, and I'm going to go with Amin Zahabi. I think Amin's on another level right now. So I'm going Amin Zahabi by decision. Next fight on the card is Kevin Holland versus Mike Malat. This is a pretty tough one, too. Kevin Holland's coming off a loss against my guy, MS-13, my guy. What's his name? Daniel Rodriguez. But I'm going with Kevin Holland in this fight. I think Mike Malat just has a lot of holes in his game. No offense. I think he's a young guy, too. But I think he's a little too overhyped, in my opinion. I think the fight with Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez could have went to Kevin Holland. And before that, I believe Kevin was on a 2-fight win streak. He was really finding his groove again. And one little mess up, he got caught by Daniel Rodriguez, and that ruined it for him. But I don't think Mike Malat has the power of Daniel Rodriguez, not the boxing ability at least. And I think Kevin Holland's going to win this fight by decision. Mike Malat, he's a tough guy. I don't see him getting knocked out. I could see a submission win from Kevin Holland, but I don't think that's going to happen either. So I'm going with Kevin Holland by decision in this fight. And I'm pretty comfortable with that. I think it's a good bet. Now, for the main event, Reinier de Ridder versus Brendan Allen. I believe it's 4 versus 7. Brendan Allen, what can I say about Brendan Allen? He's one of the weirdest guys in the UFC because he's very talented, but he just doesn't have the IQ. He's kind of like Cody Garbrandt in a way. If Brendan Allen is on, he could do something. He could hurt Reinier de Ridder on the feet. He's not going to get a submission win, even though his jiu-jitsu is very good. But Reinier de Ridder's jiu-jitsu is on a whole nother level. It's hard to say because Brendan Allen, sometimes he looks like the greatest champion we've ever seen, and then sometimes he just looks like he should be cut from the UFC. So it really depends on which Brendan Allen shows up that day that depicts my prediction here. But I'm going Reinier de Ridder. His wins against, he's got big wins. He beat Robert Whittaker. He beat Bo Nickel. He beat Cheryl Mearshart in his debut, which he didn't look great. He did not look great, but he finished him. I believe it was a finish. But ever since that fight, he's looked like a killer. He got clipped by Robert Whittaker, so I think there's a chance Brendan Allen can catch him on the feet if he's on cue, but if he's on point. But if Robert Whittaker couldn't put him away on the feet, I don't think Brendan Allen will. Again, it just depends on which Brendan Allen shows up. Will it be a finish? I don't think so. I don't think Reinier de Ridder is going to finish him, especially on the feet. But he's got those great knees. So I'm going to go. It's a 5-round fight, though. It's a 5-round fight. If it was a 3-round fight, I would definitely say a decision. But I could see a decision by Reinier de Ridder or a late submission win by de Ridder. Brendan Allen, he's great at jiu-jitsu, but he gasses out. He gets tired a lot. And I think, with that being said, I can see a 4th or 5th round submission win by Reinier de Ridder or a decision, depending on which Brendan Allen shows up. And those are my predictions. If I were you, I'd listen to me. I'm just kidding. but you don't know with this sport. You never know, but I've been pretty accurate lately, and I think I'm pretty spot on with these predictions on the main card. This is Rainier the Ridder UFC Fight Night main card breakdown and prediction. It's your boy, Masked MMA. I'm out. See y'all later. Take care.